Distance nerding.
Woo!
Anything. Yeah, I can't hear you. The music too loud.
It's been 2 seconds, and we're already having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I can't hear anything. I can't hear you at all, dude.
There we go.
And we're here to nerd together.
Nerd together.
Together. We are. He's young Phil. She's Jen, the Frey girl.
We already did that.
Did he? Because I didn't hear it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we're here to nerd together.
I saw his lips moving in that way.
Oh, you're able to. Yeah. You have can you read lips?
I'm not good at it, but I knew what he was doing because I know the format
impressive.
of the show.
Yeah. Okay, then.
It's been recorded.
Hey, then let's talk about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, Comic-Cons, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching the show on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Listen on any podcast app, anything that you're listening to, whatever you're listening to the show on, leave us a review. And remember, 5 stars helps us all so much. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, everywhere at Distance Nerding. Well, guys, it's that time again. It's that time of the week. How are we all doing?
We good. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, excited to be back for 1 week only.
1 week only. In case you didn't realize this, I was stalling for time so I can get to the next part. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the worst kept secret on all of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching the Disconcerting podcast.
Woo!
Episode 250. Yeah, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. This week on deck, we've got straight from Jay Jonah, Watching the Watchtower, headlines, the trend up, of course, rounding out the end of the show, it's the Geek End Update. Before we get into all that stuff, all the fun things that we're going to do here today and all that, before we do all that,
Nope.
Let me get a shout out. I'm already messing up. Ladies and gentlemen.
Is the show gonna make it? I mean,
nope,
are we
all.
gonna make it?
Messing everything up. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. The show is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby is an emerging energy drink. I already said it wrong. Created to help focus concentration reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. Oh my God. Did the screen already? What is happening? This is great content. Yeah. This is great content for the listeners that are listening right now.
Great.
Yeah. So let's talk about being part of the Geek Freaks Network, shall we?
We shall.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. If you're deep in the lore or discovering your latest binge, building Lego, debating casting choices, or still not over that plot twist, you know the one. The Geek Freaks Network has got you covered. Your fandom, your community, your people. What's up? Check out Geek Freaks Network at gfpods.com. Can we put that in the chatty chat?
Yeah. Somebody get that done.
The chitty chat.
I would definitely do it, but somebody took away access to me posting in the chat. So I don't know if I'm on timeout, if I've had restrictions put on me.
You know why, James. You know why.
I feel attacked.
You know why.
Because you are being attacked. That's
Yes.
Yeah, that is an accurate assessment of events. Yes.
Well, ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen, we have introduced all the sponsors and everything going on there, but it is now time for us to get into the meat of the show. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the download.
All right, let's get into it. What are we doing first?
Yeah. We're gonna do the. Are we doing the straight from J. Jonah?
Yeah,
I like it. Let's go.
let's get all of our headlines straight from J. Jonah Jameson himself. It's straight from J. Jonah.
Things are about to get strange. Doctor Strange 3 is reportedly in early development, and Benedict Cumberbatch already has a director in mind. So let's talk about this. I haven't really, we didn't hear about anything about Doctor Strange 3, and they said, oh, it's going to be after Secret Wars, but now there's this rumor going around that the Doctor Strange 3 may be getting a green light, and yeah, things about to get strange up in here. What do y'all think, James?
I think this is going to happen because one, Benedict Cumberbatch is still willing to come back and he still feels fresh, even though it's he's not one of the original Avengers, but he's a key player in the Avengers lore. I think they're going to bring him back. I don't think we're going to get Charlize Theron in that whole storyline of different dimensions, but I think they see him. They're like, he's somebody that could bring people into theaters. I think they're going to have Doctor Strange come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Absolutely. Do you
Yeah,
guys? Go.
I
Go.
Oh, I didn't really have much to say. Cool. Sounds good. It's probably going to happen. And I don't know. I hope they follow up on the cliffhanger from 2, but we'll see. Phil?
All right, Phil, you're up, buddy.
So 100%. I think that they are working on this now. I do think that Charlize Theron is coming. She is a pivotal character when it comes to his story. Seeing that Sam Mendes is the one that they're looking at. I mean, I just went and looked up his filmography: 1917, American Beauty, Skyfall, Revolutionary Road, Spectre, Jarhead. He knows action sequences. The only thing is
I was gonna bring up that Sam Mendes was the director that Benedict Cumberbatch was. That was the next talking point. So thanks for jumping that guy.
Sorry.
Thank you.
But I mean, with all of that, and again, he's got a lot of good action sensibilities when it comes to like raw action, not like action movie action, but like good raw action. The thing with this is the only thing that I kind of not worry about. I'm not worried about it, but that I'm iffy about is him when it comes to horror, because there is a horror element to Doctor Strange. So kind of wanting to see that. Also, my last point here, if he doesn't say hoary host of Hoggith in this goddamn movie, I'm rioting.
That is a good point. I forgot about who was it? Sam Raimi that did the last one, and there was a horror aspect to it, with Scarlet Witch and everything. I kind of like that. It's something different for Marvel, so I kind of dug that.
Did a Sam also direct the first one, or? Well,
Sam,
because you have Sam Raimi, Sam Mendes.
Oh, you want to have the Sam verse?
Yeah,
Is what you want? The Sam verse? Yeah. No, I don't think they did.
Scott Derrickson was the director from the first movie.
You mean Sam Derrickson?
It's all S's though.
Yeah, all S's.
There you go.
Scott Derrickson also comes from horror, so that's the thing is they went Scott Derrickson in the first movie. He wanted to go more horror in the second movie, but they ended up doing Sam Raimi.
Yeah,
keeping that. So Sam Mendes, it's a little bit of a break, but he is a good director.
Yeah. Well, so Marvel hasn't confirmed anything yet. So this is strictly a rumor, but it could set up like more context of how Strange appears in Secret Wars. Because we're all assuming like maybe he's a variant or whatever if they're not tying up his story before the movie. But we don't know. I mean, who knows? Who knows what it could be? But I'm just saying that there's no confirmation. But I do think that I want it to happen. I do think we need a third one because that is something. Doctor Strange deserves an addition because he kind of opened the door to the multiverse, right? And so he got to close those doors back. So we need that movie where he closes those doors, those puppies back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Great. All right. Moving on.
the next one is you can't have a show set in Hollywood without metacast. New rumor claims Frozen star Josh Gad will appear as himself in Marvel's upcoming Wonder Man series, adding a satirical edge to the MCU. I mean, if it's about like the inner workings of Hollywood, I kind of would expect this. And they're probably going to want people already on the payroll. So Josh Gad is a kind of a no-brainer for that. Disney, the release date for Wonder Man on Disney Plus is January 27th of 2026. So it's coming up like a month and a half. And and they say Gad plays an extremely famous version of himself, complete with musical moments. We get musical moments, Wonder Man, y'all.
I love it.
This is great. This is definitely something that will happen. Because they would do that.
Yeah.
No, it's it makes sense with the whole the theming of it, and it is already kind of a meta take on it. So I'm liking that. Yeah, it's that same kind of, it's a different kind of meta than we've had like with She-Hulk or whatever. It is interesting to see what superhero media in a superhero world is going to be like.
Mm-hmm. And putting Josh Gad in the movie or in the series, I should say, would just kind of blur the lines, of like what's real, what's not real. Wait, that's Olaf, but he's
Right.
kind of crazy.
Was there a Frozen in the MC in like the
Exactly.
world of the MCU? Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So like Disney and Frozen exist within the Marvel universe, and that would just be very meta. So,
and when we finally get Iceman, will he sing "Let It Go"?
There you go.
So one of the things I was thinking about as well is the studio comparisons, the studio from Apple.
Yeah.
Is that like, they had a lot of they had actual people playing themselves. So directors, writers, like all sorts of people, like Ron Howard was in it for goodness sakes. But so it's not like it's not being done right now. I just think it's really really interesting and cool that they're doing it in an MCU show. Like it seems a little too subtle for them, if you get my drift. So they also describe that Simon Williams is an actor pulled into superhero chaos.
Oh, chaos. Chaos.
Yeah. And I like it. I like the whole meta, are we gonna get like Nepo baby, and what's a Nepo baby in the MCU? Now I'm really in the weeds in this, and so I think we should move on.
We'll move on.
Unless
Yeah.
anybody else has something to say.
I do have to say, like, if Josh Gad's gonna play like an extreme version of himself, I could see him being like, I'm gonna play the Hulk or something like that, or I'm gonna play Thor, in the Marvel movie about Marvel superheroes.
Man, I just watched Love and Other Drugs the other day.
Oh
And
yeah.
Josh Gad is in that movie, and I was like, oh, did not realize that Josh Gad was in a movie that was this raunchy.
Yeah. He's in Avenue 5 from HBO, and he plays like the owner. And I'm like, I could totally see that character being his Josh Gad for Wonder Man. So
Yeah.
I
All
mean,
right, moving on.
interesting. It's an interesting thing. So yeah. But let's move on because I think Shadi really wants to look at this picture. Yelena
Well,
leads and Shang-Chi just might follow her. Ciao, ciao. Florence Pugh and Simu Liu describe Avengers Doomsday as a surreal, star-packed MCU crossover, while Elizabeth Olsen insists she has no idea when Scarlet Witch could return. So, some of the talking points on these two things. So, the release date for Avengers Doomsday is December 18th of 2026. So, a little over a year away. So, it's coming up. Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova reportedly steps into a leadership role alongside other heroes. So I think that's a really interesting thing. And we know that we're probably going to get her in Spider-Man Brand New Day as well before. So we'll see that. Maybe that's where it'll start. Um, Simu Liu calls the film a dream come true and a love letter to superhero movies. So that's some big shoes to fill there. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but you know, Simu is a little. He's naive.
he's a little
He's looking
dramatic.
for it.
How
Yeah,
dare
he's a
you?
little.
He's so positive. Poor guy. No, but you know what this tells me? It tells me that they're going to share screen time together. They're on set together, filming
Yeah.
at the same time. So, we talked about the two different Avengers teams. There's the Dark Avengers, New Avengers, that is led by Yelena Belova. Then there's the whole Sam Wilson Avengers that are getting put together. And we didn't know where to put Shang-Chi. Like, he could be kind of caught in the middle and like,
Yeah.
come join this team, come join that team. So I could see that being part of the storyline of like, who do you want to be part of? We're the cool
Yeah.
kids, or do you want to go with those,
Right.
Old
those
geezers.
nerds over there?
Right.
nerds.
Angry Santa.
Angry Sam.
Who's this angry Santa?
Oh man, Simu Liu, I can't wait to see him back on screen because I mean, like somebody pointed out the other day, it's been 5 years since he's been on
That's
screen.
crazy.
And it's like, oh my god, it has been that long. Like, I need
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. Like, I need Shang-Chi
Yeah.
back, especially because I guess since Simu Liu's played him because he voiced him in What If, but it's like that's or in Zombies, but it's like I need to see more of him on screen as the character.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. No, it's yeah.
And he's a character that doesn't come with any baggage.
Right.
There's a lot of baggage with Marvel characters right now. So he comes in, he's like a fresh voice, fresh take, almost like Spider-Man, how he's just like kind of like almost comedic during fight scenes.
Right.
He could be like a good pivot, a good piece to add to this movie. So I'm excited for Simu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely. I
Knuff.
think
He's Knuff.
He's
he's
Knuff.
That's
yeah.
right. He is a Ken.
He's
Uh,
Asian enough.
He's Asian. Yes.
Now, as far as Elizabeth
Uh,
goes, were we going to talk about that?
yeah. I didn't really have any talking points on that. I mean, she said she's not in it. I don't know if she is or not.
We'll see.
I'm not gonna give her a lot of
We'll
grief.
see.
It's like, do we think that she is like that is a major plot point for the movie? So I'm gonna do a Andrew Garfield and say, no, I'm not in the movie.
Right, yeah. Or is it they're waiting till Secret Wars? We don't really know what the story is going to be. So we don't know if her being in Doomsday is feasible or if they have to do it in Secret Wars. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
she may not come in until Secret Wars. So that's
Right.
where I am. So additional photography or reshoots are scheduled for spring of 2026, right before they start Secret Wars filming. So
Cool.
there's that, y'all. I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be interesting. Like the closer we get, I will not go watch Avatar Fire and Ash or whatever. I'm not watching that movie. But I want to see the trailer, so I'm sure I will get to see it on YouTube at some point.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just yeah, I'm excited.
Cool.
So going from Yelena to who's that redhead coming for Doom? That's right. Sadie Sink is reportedly set to appear in Avengers Secret Wars, adding
I
fresh star power to Marvel's biggest crossover. The kind of the hits. I mean, we know that Doomsday is coming out in 2026. Secret Wars is coming out the next year, in December 17th of 2027. Uh, and I'm sure everybody knows who Sadie Sink is. Do I need to say she's known for Stranger Things and Spider-Man Brand New Day? She brings strong dramatic chops to the MCU. Also, she can levitate. Who doesn't love a girl who can levitate? Casting adds another young face to Marvel's next gen roster. I like that next gen roster alongside Flo and Haley
Hmm.
and Amon Villani. We can't
Mhm.
forget little Amon Villani. So what do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean,
She-
Frey, I appreciate you for putting two of my like big celebrity crushes right next to each other, so I just like can't escape here. And it's-
Yeah, there you go. I did it
Appreciate
all
that.
for you.
I appreciate you putting Josh Gad in it since he's my
Yeah,
celebrity
right.
crush.
So, yeah, right,
So
exactly.
thanks.
So
Appreciate that. No, it makes sense. You know, I mean, if you think about Stranger Things ending and then what are these actors going to do? Yeah, she could be like, let me jump over to the, from the Stranger Things universe to the Marvel universe and see where she can, pick up a few projects, that sort of thing. So it kind of makes me think that she's going to have a bigger role in the MCU if she's going to go from what is it, Brand New Day into Secret Wars. Like there's a bigger plan than just like a one and
Yeah.
done with Brand New Day. So it
yeah,
makes me wonder who she's going to be playing.
I mean, we're
So
getting a
that
lot
was
of. Sorry.
something. That was something I was going to say. That was a question I had. Like, do we think it sounds like if she's jumping to Secret Wars, to me sounds like it. She may not be Spider-Man centric. Like she may not be a Spider-Man only character. So does
Mhm.
that, that the video we have out right now on the channel that's like 2 minutes long about her being Punisher's
Hand in, wink,
equal,
wink, go
the
get. Yep.
Rachel Cole Alves. You can watch that after this. Only takes 2 minutes. Watch it, like it, follow,
Yes,
whatever.
but after this,
Uh after this. But it kind of leans more credence or lends more credence to that theory, I think, because Firestar would be, unless she's going to be Jean Grey. And would
I
they
doubt that.
introduce an MCU character to the MCU in a Sony movie?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
So this
I don't
morning
know.
I was having a conversation with Megan from Vigilante Vibes.
Yeah.
And we were talking about specifically about who we think Sadie Sink might be, mainly because they announced that Sadie Sink is going to be in Secret Wars and everything like that. So I was telling her like I still think it could be Rachel Cole Alves just because Secret Wars is happening doesn't mean that she can't be a vigilante character that isn't going to be a part of this world. But also we started getting into the conversation of, well, maybe she's Angelica Jones, right? Maybe she's Firestar.
Yeah.
And
And
that's kind of where my money is.
right. And like if she's Angelica Jones, then does that mean that they're bringing in Drake? Do we get Iceman? And is this a callback to Spider-Man and his amazing friends? Right? We're getting the newer version of Firestar in the universe, and this is an introduction into an X-Men.
I mean,
Like,
that sounds, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as where they're going with this. So
yeah, so I like the idea of that. Again, shout outs to Megan from Vigilante Vibes. We we were talking about it on Threads this morning, and it was dope. Good, it's a good concept.
That's awesome.
yeah, that's cool.
So
All
James, anything other than how dare you?
It makes me think I don't know who she's going to be playing, and it opened up way too many options. Like I watched the video about maybe she's going to be like Lady Punisher or something like that, or what is it, Widow Warrior, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's it, nailed it, that's it. And then all of a sudden this comes around, I'm like, okay, maybe she's Firestar, maybe she is Jean Grey.
Mhm.
So I don't know anything anymore.
There are a lot of redheads to choose from, though, right?
I mean, yeah, there are a lot of redheads in Marvel. So
It's like everybody's prediction is like, oh, she's gonna be the real MJ. Like, get out of here with that, dude. Like, okay, I get it. You want Mary Jane Watson, but I mean, like, in this universe, there's a different MJ. Get over it, guys. Like,
yeah,
we don't need it. We don't necessarily need Mary Jane Watson, with the way that this universe is moving. Um, and I feel like that just kind of limits her to just being a Spider-Man character. And if she is
Yeah.
doing something where if she's going to be in Secret Wars, then I think she is going to be a larger character overall.
yeah.
I do
agree.
too. That was what I got out of it as well. Was that? So, all right,
Let's move on.
let's move on because we still got tons. Got tons. All right, Marvel's in its brothers era. The Russo brothers are reportedly returning to guide Marvel's future after Avengers Secret Wars. Their involvement could mark the first time they've helmed MCU projects since Endgame in 2019. I mean, we know they're doing Doomsday, but I think this is um, really one of those where they're going to be part of the Marvel's Parliament, where they're going to shape the long-term MCU stuff, which I think it has been kind of directionless. I don't know that maybe Kevin Feige's not as interested in the next part. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm like,
Well, I
okay.
mean, as
But
we'll
they're
talk
all
about. Sorry,
go
sorry.
ahead.
I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
Okay. No, I was going to make a joke. I was saying, well, I mean, according to a story we're going to read much later, the robots writing all of it, Kevin, is of course going to
Right.
be taking
Yeah,
over writing duties. So
Oh God.
there you go. Yeah, that is true. But yeah, so they're also like they're rumored to be overseeing like multiple ensemble projects, not just like Secret Wars and Doomsday, but like Phase 7 and crossover events and stuff. So it's I mean, I don't hate it. They did really well with the stuff they were given. And hey, maybe it's going to get Marvel back in a better storytelling place if you've got like two people with a vision.
Hmm.
What do you
Yeah.
think?
We do
Yeah,
have
no,
two visions in the MCU.
True. There are two visions.
yes.
I'm with this. I like the idea of this just because the Russos already have a really good vision on how to run Marvel movies.
Mhm.
They've said from the beginning that if there was one storyline that they could do, it would be Secret Wars, and they're getting that. So the whole thing is, I don't see them getting this wrong. And I mean, like when they took over after Winter Soldier, all the way through Endgame, they had a very cohesive story. So I think
Mhm.
that what is happening here is between Feige, between the Russos, between all the different writing teams that they have, I think that they are on a trajectory in order to get this story where it needs to go. And I think they have a more cohesive plan. So I think what Feige was trying to do before was okay, the Russos killed it until Endgame, so let's give it to another creative direction, and it just didn't work the way that they thought it was going to. And now they're giving it back to the Russos, and they're steering the ship back into the right place.
Yeah,
I give them all the creative control, but they're kind of, they're successful. So.
yeah. No, I mean, I hope that Disney's kind of learning a little bit from still from Star Wars, where you want the same people because you want that same creative vision to carry through to make a consistent story. If you're going to try to do serialized storytelling, you want to have one vision, not be like, okay, we're gonna hand it to this person and then this person and then this person, and you hope that it works.
No cataracts in the bunch. That's a vision thing.
I also
Okay.
like this because
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like it's just on Kevin Feige to do this. Like it's almost like a committee. And if we're gonna trust the Russos to do the Avengers movies, and we're gonna trust Kevin Feige to have the vision for the MCU as a whole, like yeah, let's let them work together, not just bring them in for a project and then they leave. Like make it a committee so we're all working towards the same goal.
Let's let them cook. All
Let them cook.
right, move on.
I was muted. Sorry, I was muted.
And I'm saying like let them cook, and that's kind of what I was saying before, right? Yeah.
All right, let's move on because I'm excited about this one.
Oh yeah, of course you are.
This is the Defenders reboot we've all been waiting for.
It's Charlie Cox with
Yeah.
on his chest.
Oh,
Sorry, it was low fruit.
I mean, season 2 of Daredevil Born Again finds Matt Murdock rallying allies against Wilson Fisk's anti-vigilante task force. With Kingpin now mayor of New York, the city becomes a battleground between outlawed heroes and Fisk's grip on power. So, I mean, this is coming up too, y'all. It's going to be March 3rd of 2026. Drops on Disney Plus. And as you can see, he's in the black suit, which is inspired by Shadowland storyline. It's comic accurate. This looks good on him. That's all I'm saying. Kristen Ritter is coming back for season 2. She's going to be Jessica Jones again. Super excited. And she's going to obviously she'll bring alcohol, edgy, sassy comebacks, and a little levity to Daredevil's like seriosity that he's got.
So
We know John.
It's Wolverine with super strength and no claws.
There you go. Yeah, her claws are mental. she's gonna cut you with those comments. So John Bernthal's Punisher and Wilson Bethel's Bullseye are both confirmed to come back. So they will be coming back. And then, you've got to think about like Fisk. He's got his, what am I trying to say? He's got all the power he wants. He's got everything he wants. What's he going to do now? And then, it's like, how does this factor into the state? What's going to happen there? Is it just going to escalate? I'm so excited. It's so
I do. First of all, you can't keep doing this to me. You can't put Charlie Cox up there too. Second of all, I love the.
Wrong one. Sorry, I was putting Charlie Cox back on the screen.
I'll take that too. Oh yeah. No, but I like the themes that it seems to be exploring of these kind of more relevant political allegories and all that theme. It's like kind of, it's almost becoming a little bit more like Andor, it seems, in having something to say. So I think it's good. So everybody else has actually seen the show. Go.
Yeah.
I agree with that, and I mean, like, it really does come down to there is a political message that's happening in this. There's this whole thing about the takeover of New York by Wilson Fisk, and fighting back, and it's kind of like another message is to fight back against injustice and against when something is wrong, even though things seem right. So I am excited for season 2 just because I think we are getting a de facto Defenders return. I mean, they've pretty much like confirmed a bunch of characters that are coming back, and for the characters they haven't confirmed as coming back, I'm sure we're going to get them either way. So I'm very excited for this, even to the point where they're talking about bringing back Iron Fist. And I get it. A lot of people don't like the way that they portrayed him. I'm one of those people, but Marvel having their hands on it, they can fix that easily. So
as long as he's fighting in the suit, I'm so tired. As everybody loved Born Again, that's fine. I wasn't in love with Born Again. I wanted to see him in the suit, fighting in the suit, using his weapons and whatnot. We didn't really get that until like the very end, and I get that was part of the story that they were telling, but it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough
You
for
mean
me.
Daredevil? You mean the Marvel TV series on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Well,
No, no,
that's
no.
Daredevil. Daredevil
On
Born
no
Again
the
is
the
this.
yeah the one on Disney Plus.
No, he's saying that there was too much procedural. There was too much of
Yeah.
him.
There wasn't enough
Oh.
fighty in his suit. He was in a suit, like a suit and tie, but I want some Daredevil suit, you know.
Oh, okay. All right.
There was a
Because you
couple
guys
fight
aren't
scenes
happy
not in the suit.
when She-Hulk is doing the fighty. You want her in the suit more and being a lawyer. But with Daredevil, you want more fighty and less lawyer. So,
I wouldn't say
okay,
that. For
I
me,
guess.
I wanted She-Hulk in a swimsuit holding up like a 300-pound barbell like it was nothing, just like the comic books. That's what I wanted. That's the She-Hulk I wanted.
Oh, so wait. So
That's
She-Hulk,
really
because she's a
sexist.
woman, has to be in a swimsuit, but Matt Murdock
No,
has to
I
be.
want it to be like the comic cover.
I think he's saying
Okay. All right. True.
also,
Go ahead and try.
Also, all of that whole, I'm going to be misogynistic for a second here, but it all culminates in that twerking scene, and I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that.
There you go.
This went to a weird place.
We're
I think
moving
you guys,
on.
like, it's
Speaking
like
of
I
odd
was going to talk about
transformations.
the Devil's Reign comic beats, and then I'm like, I can't do that now. So yeah,
Speaking
we
of
should
odd
probably just go ahead and move along.
transformations.
He's trying
Well,
to.
Ted and Jack finally get to eat their meal in peace. Marvel Studios is officially developing a sequel to Werewolf by Night, finally, with Michael Giacchino returning to direct. The project builds on the success of the 2022 special and promises to dive deeper into Marvel's supernatural lore. So there's no confirmed release date, but industry reports, like insider reports, suggest 2026 on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Now Giacchino actually is the one that confirmed this, so he said this is his next project. They're expecting to bring back Jack Russell, Elsa Bloodstone, and Man Thing, aka Ted. I'm wondering if maybe they're going to try to like backdoor in Blade and like make this a vehicle for
Ooh.
Midnight Suns.
Ooh.
It-
What do you guys think?
It's definitely something that fits that circle, just because Werewolf by Night is a character that appears in Midnight Suns. Blade fits in that world because I mean Blade's entire original run stems from the Universal Monsters comic books. He fought Dracula, so that was like the big thing on that. But also I love that Michael Giacchino is coming back to direct this because I love his whole story. I love everything about that. He was a composer that wanted to try his hand at directing, and he directed this. And I get Graveyard doesn't like this series, but I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. I love that we got Man Thing in it. I love that, there's so much deep set lore in there. Like still stuff in there that doesn't get explained. Because there are vampires in it, but they kind of don't explain the whole vampirism thing. But again, this I believe that this is the vehicle to bring in Blade. I believe that this is the smartest way to do it. You can also bring Black Knight back because we've all been kind of like, okay, I get it. Eternals didn't do the greatest, but that doesn't mean we have to throw away Black Knight. He
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah, I
Well,
wonder
and,
if we
like,
might get. Sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
I
No,
keep
go
doing
ahead.
this.
Go ahead.
I wonder if we might get Moon Knight as well. Because he's very connected to Werewolf by Night as well. So
Yeah.
that would be kind of cool. I want to see him back because apparently I was the only one that really loved Moon Knight. So
No, a lot of people
So, yeah,
loved
it has
it.
come
It's
back,
just
but yeah.
it's Marvel's weird. We know that.
Oh, I know. All right, go.
No, I was gonna say that the story's rumored to be introducing new Marvel monsters, so we might get other Marvel monsters. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but
If they
Dracula.
yeah, I was gonna say if they tread over vampires again, 100% we're getting Blade back. We're getting Blade in this.
yeah.
Because all the hype that Blade got in zombies, everybody wants it. It's
Yeah.
we wanted it before, but now the hype is there. It's almost like Deadpool level hype, right? Like Deadpool when Ryan Reynolds put the test screening out there and everybody just buzzed the hell out of it. That is what's happening with Blade right now. The other thing I was going to bring up is
Well, you're thinking, let me chime in and just respond to what you guys were saying, because first off, you're all wrong. We're not going to get Blade in this. Are you kidding me? They've hyped up Blade so much, doing announcements on like Comic-Con style Hall H type stuff. They're not going to put Blade in this to announce him. Mahershala Ali's, if he comes back as Blade, he's getting a movie. It's going to be the big spectacle that Kevin Feige wants it to be in a whole new era. So I don't think he's going to be coming in this, and maybe there's a Midnight Suns down the road, but I don't think it's right off the bat.
What if? And so, if anything, Blade might actually be a post-credit scene, because you could do that, and it's not going to ruin everything. We already had him as a post-credit scene, but
yeah, and it kind of ruined Eternals.
But
No, it didn't.
what if this leads to the reintroduction of Ghost Rider?
See, I'm okay with that. Bring back some Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
Put that in reverse. Bring it back.
So,
And it's Ryan Gosling.
oh my god, that
Hell yeah.
knocks out two birds with one stone. Mainly because Feige has been talking about he wants a vehicle to bring Ghost Rider back,
Which is not his motorcycle, right? It's like a. You said he wanted a vehicle to bring Ghost Rider back. Well, that's.
yeah, that's very good pun.
Wow.
Uh,
You stopped everything with that one.
but then that also that brings in, aside from Blade, brings in the only other character we need to get a proper Midnight Suns movie, right? So if we're gonna do Midnight Suns, what characters do we need? We need Doctor Strange, we need Moon Knight, we need Blade, and we need Ghost Rider. Those are your four founding members right now.
Yeah.
That has to be a movie, because if you're going to bring Benedict Cumberbatch into this, you're not going to bring him in for a TV show. You're bringing him for a movie. Same thing with Mahershala Ali. Those they're giant names. Even though Mahershala Ali started in Marvel on a TV show, but I mean, still, Copperhead was amazing. He did a really good job with that character. But him as Blade, because he's a bigger star now. Him as Blade. Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider. Oscar Isaacs, and that's the other problem. That's what I was going to bring up. Oscar Isaacs recently said that he is not working with Disney, and
Yeah.
so I don't know where that stands with all.
Oh, he walked that back. He did walk that back. Actually.
Okay.
Somehow, Oscar Isaacs has returned.
Well, but I mean, his whole thing was very justified.
It was.
So.
I was
Definitely, yeah.
There's two different stories we're going to go over tonight that kind of tread over that same thing. So,
Yeah. Which, speaking of, we should move on so we can get to those.
Well, hey, now that you said that, J. Jonas Bark has us buzzing with rumors and revelations. But now it's time to step back from the newsroom chaos. Let's climb the stairs, scan the horizon, and break down the canon that really matters in watching the Watchtower.
that's right. James, get ready for this. Watching the Watch.
Oh, it's a Watchtower. I like that. That's good. That's good. All right, DC time. Man of Tomorrow. How about Villain of Tomorrow? James Gunn's Man of Tomorrow will officially introduce Brainiac as the central villain, forcing Superman and Lex Luthor into an uneasy alliance. This marks Brainiac's first live-action appearance in a Superman film, elevating the stakes for the DCU. There's a couple casting rumors going around, like Clace Bang, David Hyde Pierce, and Wallace Shawn are being considered for Brainiac. What do y'all think about Brainiac coming into the DCU?
I'm into it. I think
I'm
it'll be
ready.
awesome. Yeah.
This is like the one villain that I have been waiting for the longest time, and it's just because he's so much of a threat. You
Yeah.
know, I've been wanting. I have a buddy that I used to work with years ago when I was at Geek Squad, so this is years ago, that had written a spec script about Superman. Brainiac wasn't the main villain, but he put an Easter egg at the beginning of the script that showed Brainiac like for future movies. And basically, it's when Krypton gets destroyed. There's a massive ship that leaves right before, and it's Brainiac's ship. He was using that version of Brainiac where he was the Kryptonian knowledge base. And
That's the rumor, is that they're going to have Brainiac have something to do with Krypton's destruction. So that kind of ties it back to, like Superman and Kal-El himself about why he may care about what's happening with Brainiac. So
Yeah.
I'm into it. I like this.
Brainiac, just because that version of Brainiac is so much more formidable. He has so much more emotional ties. He was essentially a friend of his father's, right? And it makes him that much more of a threat because he is the Kryptonian knowledge base. He ends up leaving the planet and spends eons destroying planets to gain their knowledge, and somehow that time, over that course of time, shortened down when by the time he gets to Earth, like he moves through dimensions in a way where time is not linear, right? And he ends up on Earth like millennia older and wiser than he was, but it's only been 30 years.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's crazy the way that they've built Brainiac to be, again, he essentially controls the multiverse in the way that he runs things. So they can still kind of play with that. And I'm gonna stop speaking on this, but I'm really excited because Brainiac is one of my favorite villains in all of Superman lore. So
Well, that's awesome.
I don't know if you guys
I-
have.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna kind of go off topic, so go ahead, get your piece in on this.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I'm really excited about it too because Brainiac is such a huge, like, after Lex, Brainiac is like the one that really is like Superman's like nemesis. I mean, obviously Darkseid too, but that's more of a Darkseid's just stalking him kind of way. But yeah, Brainiac is like pure logic. He doesn't give a crap about humans. And it's just he's a really good foil for both Superman and Lex, and that's why he works.
Yeah.
also in certain versions of the lore, he's the one that bottled the city of Kandor.
Yeah. They explored that on Harley Quinn.
They've explored that on a couple of different properties. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always like that version.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Have any of you read the Absolute Superman books that are in circulation right now? Oh my gosh,
No, I haven't had a chance. Are they good?
it's so good, and how they handle Brainiac, and it's interesting because everybody gets their own little origin stories, So Brainiac gets his origin story, so it's super interesting, and it shows how not just smart Brainiac can be, but also how like diabolical he could be, and almost like crazy. It's almost like Brainiac is the Joker, like he's psychotic, and it's interesting how they put it together. So I'm just throwing it out there. It's amazing. I love what they're doing and how they're giving backstories on all these villains, especially Brainiac. It's so interesting. So if you haven't read it yet, go check it out. And then if James Gunn pulls even just a sliver of this into Man of Tomorrow, I'd be so happy. All right, let's keep it going though, because there's a lot going on. Oh, just to put a pin in it, Man of Tomorrow begins filming in Atlanta, April 2026, with a release date of July 9th, 2027. So that puts us about a year and a half out for Man of Tomorrow.
Wow.
But you know who we don't have to wait for, because he's in every project. Rick Flag Sr. is the anchor being of the DCU. Frank Grillo revealed his Rick Flag Sr. will have a larger role in Man of Tomorrow, expanding the legacy of the Flag family beyond the Suicide Squad, Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, Superman. He's in everything.
Everything.
His presence ties Superman's story to DC's military and espionage corner. I didn't realize when James Gunn hired Frank Grillo to be, Rick Flag Sr., that he would play such a pivotal part in this. Like, he's one of like the through points or the through lines for this entire DC, phase 1 gods and monsters type thing.
Yeah, he's really tied everything together. I agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't realize it either. And then I saw this and I was like, holy crap. He's the guy. He's the guy.
Yeah. It makes me wonder what they're going to do, because where he was in Peacemaker and his single vision to avenge his son, how is it going to keep his story going through the rest of the DCU projects? It makes me interested.
Yeah, it is really interesting picking a character like this to be kind of your central person, your through line. Because you think, oh, you'd want to pick like a, oh, it's Superman, oh, it's whatever. No, it's just like this kind of lower level. He's kind of an agent or a government employee or whatever. It's interesting. It is a kind of takes the universe as it's still, there's all this grand superhero stuff, but there's also this very ground level kind of smaller story. It's very James Gunn.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by this at all, and it's mainly just because if you know the comics, between Rick Flag Sr. and Amanda Waller, they pretty much have their hands in everything. So it makes a lot of sense that you either use Rick Flag or Amanda Waller. I'm actually a little surprised that he didn't use Amanda Waller as that kind of connection to everybody, because she does have a connection to everyone in DC in some way. Whether it's villains or heroes, she is connected to everyone. And it's not to say that she won't be that connection later on when she gets her own TV show. She might be a little more prominent and everything, because it'll explain why she's been gone and why Rick's been the one that's kind of been in charge of everything. Like, she may just come and retake Argus away from Rick Flag, because Rick Flag is going to do something crazy, and I would love to see that, like, because it's very in character for Rick Flag to kind of just go a little off the rails and lose it, and Amanda Waller somehow being the voice of reason, because she can be sometimes, even though she's unhinged as shit in the comics too. Like, it's like the balance between Rick Flag Sr. and Amanda Waller being that kind of like throughput in charge of everything, so I feel like it's not surprising to see Rick Flag Sr. be that character.
I think that Amanda Waller is in charge of Cadmus now, to be honest with you.
Somehow Amanda Waller has returned.
If they bring up Cadmus, because that 100% is going to be the excuse to bring in Superboy. If they make her in charge of Cadmus, dude, I will lose my shit. That is such a good idea.
They don't call me the DC girl for nothing. I come up with this crap.
That's good.
I don't know that anyone's ever actually called me that, by the way. I was just riffing.
I like it. Well, do you know the fate of the DCU? Because what will the fate be of Dr. Fate? Pierce Brosnan recently hinted at Dr. Fate's possible return in the DCU, sparking fan speculation. James Gunn responded cryptically, leaving the door open for Fate's role in future projects. Would you like to see Pierce Brosnan come back as Dr. Fate?
Yeah, definitely. He was one of the best parts of Black Adam, really. That whole team, but really Pierce Brosnan.
Frey, do you have a take on Dr. Fate? Are you a Dr. Fate? Are you a DC magic person? Do you like DC's mystical?
Yes, I am. Yeah. I really like Dr. Fate. I really do. I love that the helmet is like its own thing. And whoever puts the helmet on gets basically possessed by this god. And I think it's amazing. Um, and Dr. Fate is pretty awesome. He and Doctor Strange are very similar as far as like the whole mythical wisdom type stuff. So he definitely needs to come back. I would love to see if they did a JSA Dark or just JSA. He was an integral part of the JSA, and they're already starting to get some of the characters for that. Mr. Terrific was JSA
Mm-hmm.
before, I think he was also in JLA at some point, but he's been around too. So I do think that we will get a Justice Society, and I hope that we do get a Dr. Fate, because I think not having him would be a real big disservice, and especially since Blue Beetle's around, and Blue Beetle's powers in the comics technically are Egyptian. I mean, it's like aliens and Egypt, and then so it's
So
like
Stargate?
aliens. Yes, kind of.
Okay.
There's a scarab beetle and anyway, but that's something too. So, and Dr. Fate plays into that as well, because the god that that's in the helmet is an Egyptian god. So it's really kind of neat. And yeah, I would love to see that. I think Brosnan could play him for a bit, but it's the helmet that's Dr. Fate. It's not the person. So it's whoever's wearing the helmet. So it could be yeah, he could be in it and then not in it anymore.
It's Nobu. No, Nobu is absolutely terrifying if you know his lore, because he will take you and not let you go, because he is going to drain every last piece of like life that he can out of you. I'm hoping that, because we have Dr. Fate, and yeah, I love the idea of Pierce Brosnan being Dr. Fate, but I'm hoping that this is also, again, I hate to use this word again, maybe this will be the name of the episode, but this will be a vehicle in order to bring in Zatara and Zatanna.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Eventually Zatara ends up being taken over by the helmet, and it is a very emotional moment between him and his daughter.
Yep.
So I feel like that would be something that could be a really good story to tell. Is when Zatara gets taken over by the helmet, and Nobu is just like, "Oh, you're so powerful, I'm taking."
Mm-hmm. And I think this is good for James Gunn to be like, you know what? Just like Blue Beetle. Like, I liked Holo Maraduena as Blue Beetle. You're coming over to the DCU. Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. Yeah, I liked it. That worked. You're coming over to the DCU. So whether it, means that we're going to get Black Adam in the DCU, it doesn't matter. But if Pierce Brosnan works as Dr. Fate, go make it happen. Wasn't he on the mural in the Hall of Justice? Was Dr. Fate on the mural?
I believe he is, actually. I think Dr.
Ooh.
Fate is. The other thing is, and this is, Jen, hopefully this gets you excited right now. Did you see what James Gunn posted earlier today?
I was
Just say what it
working
is.
on the
He made a
show.
really big deal about Blue Beetle being on Netflix right now.
Wait, he did?
Yeah, he posted. He made like a bunch of posts about Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, I see right here.
Yeah. So I feel like there may be, because he usually doesn't do something just because, like, hey, look, Blue Beetle's on Netflix. Be excited about it because it's DC. Like, I feel like whatever property is coming next, we're probably gonna see Blue Beetle.
Well, also Peter Safran did Blue Beetle,
Right.
and Peter Safran's his bro. So,
But still, like,
I mean, not to rain on your parade.
but I'm saying, like,
I'm
the
super excited.
excitement that he has, because you could just, like, just be like, oh, hey, it's on Netflix, but like him making a point of making sure that everyone on social media knows that Blue Beetle's on Netflix, it feels like the way he's announcing it is not just I'm telling everybody, it's hey, be on the lookout. You should probably watch this movie because it's going to have something to do with something that's coming up soon.
Yes, watch it in spite of Susan Sarandon.
All right, let's keep it going. Another DCU project in the can. I am Clay with this. Get it? Clay.
Clay.
The DC's Clayface movie has finished filming, marking a major step in bringing Gotham's horror-tinged villain to the big screen. Though Mike Flanagan couldn't direct, his early development helped shape the project, which now stands as a cornerstone for DCU's supernatural expansion. I'm happy this is kind of getting pushed forward. Like this, it's not like this has made a big deal and we had to like have big announcements. It's like we heard a good story, go make this happen, and they're going to make it happen. And I can't believe it's finished filming. That's nuts.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Not exactly sure what to expect. I'm not really familiar with Clayface very much, but
Well, if you watched Batman the Animated Series, a lot of the vision from Batman the Animated Series and Clayface and their take on Clayface is inspiring this version of Clayface, which was it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
So-
that's really cool. I'm really excited about it. I think this is going to be neat. I know they did a lot of it practically and not. I mean, obviously with Clayface you have to use some like special effects or FX or whatever. But they tried to do as much of it as they could practically, and I think that's why it probably didn't take as long to film as maybe some other things. So.
I like it. And James Gunn did confirm. It's kind of weird because we're not really talking about like the phases of this anymore. Like in the very beginning, he was like, "This is going to be like chapter 1," or chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. But he kind of doesn't even mention that anymore. It's kind of like just project to project. So he did confirm that Clayface is going to be part of Gods and Monsters, chapter 1, and it's coming out. Oh my gosh, September 11th, 2026. So like 10 months from now, we're going to get the Clayface movie.
Wow.
It's interesting.
Before the Superman movie.
Yes.
It's interesting that our first introduction live action to a character out of Gotham is going to be Clayface, of all characters. And it kind of speaks to me that he's going that route because he's not even going for a tentpole Batman villain, right? He's going for, hey, we're going to make a horror movie with Clayface, and it's introducing everyone to the Gotham in this universe. And I like the bold stance on that. I think that is a genius move.
Well, if it really is a lived-in universe already, then that would make sense. That, maybe, I mean, Batman, just because we're meeting him for the first time, Batman's probably beat the crap out of him several times by this point. So, who knows?
I'm excited. So September 11th, 2026. That's all I got for DC. We've scanned the Watchtower, locked in the canon, but now it's time to zoom out. Let's hit some headlines where the biggest stories across fandom and entertainment break wide open with new graphics. Look at that.
ooh, yes, very fancy. All right, this is me. So, we are beginning with our Star Wars block. This is the way to becoming a hero. The Mandalorian and Grogu is slated for May 22nd, 2026, and Jon Favreau promises Din will finally embrace a full hero status. So is this the start of a new dynasty in Star Wars?
Absolutely.
I
think-
agree.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think so. Din deserves it, and Grogu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna have that full hero arc. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, was he not a hero before? I feel like with what's happened recently.
He's moral gray area, right? I mean,
Yeah.
a couple of hero things, but for the most part, he is still part of a cult. So
Yeah, and I do want him to retain a little bit of that nuance, but I agree he does need to be a little bit more heroic, I guess. So yeah,
Mhm.
all right. Is that everybody?
I think Star Wars is finally realizing like we can't dictate where these stories need to go. The story has to dictate where it goes, you know, and what
Right,
people are
right.
what resonates with people than just like it's not working, let's bring Palpatine back because that worked in the
Right.
past. So
Right, exactly.
make
All right,
that work if you
cool.
know how to tell the story. But let's move on.
Yeah.
You know what? You need to stop trying to make Palpatine a thing. Palpatine's not a thing.
but somehow Palpatine has returned.
He better not fucking return again, because it's just anyway. But speaking of
The
returns,
only way. Wait, no, I was gonna say the only way he would return is if we returned him to sender.
well, speaking of returns, from Ren to Ben, will the hunt begin? The campaign to resurrect the hunt for Ben Solo surged after Disney's fourth quarter 2025 shareholder meeting. Now, the shareholders and the fans are united in a viral push to resurrect the canceled project. So, are you Team Ben, or should we let the Skywalkers finally rest?
Jackie
I'm totally
would say,
Team Ben.
yeah, Jackie would say, "Team Ben, make it happen." Remember, that's one of her hall passes.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
totally
okay.
Team
I
Ben
can see
too.
that.
Let's do this. Give
Uh,
Adam Driver more time to brood.
I think that Adam Driver, he made a big point of the story is good and we should make this a movie. If he was pushing it that hard, given like knowing how serious he takes his acting, and it was like a big enough for him to want to bring this to the forefront, and the only person who said no was Bob Iger.
So let's do it.
I think that we should do this. I think that Disney
Just
should.
screw Bob Iger. Let's do it.
I think they need to nut up and they need to make this fucking movie, man.
Yeah. And not to bring in another star franchise. This is very Search for Spock, which there was a lot of doubt at the time. It's like, oh, we should do whatever, but then it worked out really well. So this could be good.
Yeah, Iger was just like, but he's dead. How do you bring him back? I was like, you literally
Have you watched your own franchise? You brought fucking Palpatine back. We've mentioned it like
Maybe that is-
15 times.
maybe that is him learning, thinking like, oh, I messed up and I brought Palpatine back and everybody hated it. So
that wasn't the problem.
the problem was you brought him back with no story. So
Exactly.
I'm on the fence about this. Like, if it's a good story, I kind of want to see it. I'm for it, especially if the fan base wants to see it. But I'm also like, what happens after that? You know, it's not like we're gonna resurrect him somehow, right? He died, right? He died.
Well, yeah, but you people have been resurrected in Star Wars.
They're not gonna
before.
retcon. We're not gonna get a movie about a Force ghost in the future, are we?
That would be cool, actually.
That'd be okay. Maybe
Right.
I'm into it. I'm convincing myself. Okay, sorry. Keep
All
it
right,
going.
let's move on before James changes his mind again.
Hmm.
All right, so from a galaxy far, far away to an epic adventure, not in a galaxy far, far away, Nintendo finally unveiled its iconic duo in live action for the first look revealed of Link and Zelda in The Legend of Zelda, the movie, that is. The release date is scheduled for May 7th of 2027. So, Team Zelda or Team Ganondorf? There's a right answer.
the answer is Ganondorf. Duh.
I am
Remember
not.
him as Ganon?
I am not very. I have not played any Zelda games. I'd like to, but I was never a Nintendo person, so I never had the resources to be able to do so. But I like, I like the universe.
Do you
so
understand the concept of what Zelda and like the whole
it's a kind of a chosen of the gods thing.
kind of? It's more
Yeah.
of a Groundhog's Day in a different universe.
Right. Yeah, it is. Keep repeating because Ganon keeps coming back.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm and I've seen like the still shots and everything like that. I'm more excited to see if Ganondorf actually looks like Ganon.
Yeah.
I haven't played Zelda since like 8-bit Nintendo, which I'm not even sure it had a story. I just remember that one screen you'd have to go through that one screen 5 times to get past it or something like that. So I don't know any of the lore behind this, but I know fans love it. Or am I gonna like it? Can somebody tell me if I'm gonna like it?
I mean, probably. It depends. It depends on how it is.
It's Groundhog Day with elves. Tell me what's happening here.
Groundhog Day with elves.
I
I
got
think your
corrected.
children will like it, and
Yeah,
so you'll like it.
I got corrected on this a while back on this show. They are not elves. They are elf-like, but they are not elves.
Yeah, there is apparently a difference. So
Okay.
Anyway, all right. From not a galaxy far, far away to a different galaxy far, far away, fans glimpse Mario's interstellar adventure in the Super Mario Galaxy movie when the trailer dropped this month. That was rough. The release date of the film lifts off on April the 3rd of 2024. I didn't even know there was a trailer.
2026.
So
2026.
2026. Yes, no, it released but last year. No, April 3rd of 2026. I'm sorry, this is a disaster. I didn't know there was a trailer. Did anyone else? Did anyone see it?
I've seen that trailer like 12 times. It's fucking great. It's really good. I'm excited for this, and it's just because like there is this kind of like give and take relationship. Like it's kind of like if you've played the games, you see like this love and hate relationship between Bowser and Mario and everybody like that, because they kind of make them like friends, but they're like uneasy friends, but then they're enemies, and they kind of have that vibe going in this trailer. So I really like that. I also really like that the way they're introducing Super Mario Galaxy and kind of like all the characters in that. It looks good. I think it's gonna be a really good adaptation of more Mario lore. The two things that we didn't see in the trailer that I'm hoping happens in this. One, we got Yoshi's at the end of the last movie, so there better be a freaking Yoshi in this movie. Number two, since we got Yoshi as the tail of the last movie, does that mean we get Wario and Waluigi at the end of this movie?
Ooh,
And they're the main
I
of the third movie.
I do need a Waluigi.
Waluigi.
That was always my main on Mario Party with some of my friends. So yeah, I'm gonna need a Waluigi. So all right, we moving on. All right, so is Mike Flanagan the real gunslinger? According to updates this month, Mike Flanagan reassures fans the adaptation will honor King's saga, The Dark Tower. So, was this on your Stephen King scorecard for 2025?
Oh, this is why Mike Flanagan didn't do Clayface, right? Is because he got this Stephen King gig.
Tower. Yeah. It's funny, we were just talking about this recently, and I was saying like I hope somebody gets the Dark Tower, and I hope somebody does it right, because as much as I like the actors that were in the Dark Tower movie, it had nothing to do with the Dark Tower. And it's like, I'm excited to get this, because this movie, or this whatever they're doing, a TV show movie, it is the culmination of all of his universe, of all of Stephen King's universe. And all the shows lately have made a point of cross-referencing different like Stephen King properties. And to a point, over this weekend I went to go see Running Man. And Running Man had references to Derry and It and all these different things. So like, they had all these references to everything in universe with Stephen King. They are very much doing the every Stephen King property. They're very much doing the everything is in the same universe, and the Dark Tower is the one property that actually has them interact with everybody in different universes. It's the reason they explain the reasoning for why people have the Shining. They have all these different things, and it is amazing. And the movie didn't do it justice, and I'm hoping that, I know Mike Flanagan has said that he has a like huge reverence for this series, so I cannot wait to see him do it justice.
I love that there's like a soft cinematic universe out there of Stephen King properties. That's cool. All right.
Yep.
So, from oh no, yep, okay, cool. So from multiversal fantasy to just plain fantasy, Middle Earth Zero Sauron 1. The Lord of the Rings ambitious Middle Earth online game was scrapped after massive layoffs. Cancellation was announced at the end of October 2025. So, does this mean Amazon is out of the game making business?
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't think about that. So there's
Yeah.
no
Are
game
they out
coming
of
at
the
all?
Lord of the Rings.
There's no, yeah, apparently it's just scrapped. It's just been
Oh yeah, this game's gone.
just
So
gone.
they
Canceled.
scrapped this MMO. I know that they have been in talks with EA about doing another game that is using the Nemesis engine. So the two Lord of the Rings games that I played, right? The Middle Earth, those games were really good. The Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, those games were really good. They ended on that, and they haven't made a game since. But rumors are out there that EA has been in talks with bringing back the Nemesis engine because they used it in different games, and they're closing. Oh yeah, and what they're saying is that there's going to be a new game that comes out that they're developing that is going to be another single player RPG based on on Nemesis engine, but in a different time period. I think a lot of it is just
Ooh.
because a lot of these different Lord of the Rings games have just failed, right? Like they try to go with Gollum, they try to do this, design this MMO, they just have not been done well. I think that they need to stick with the formula of the Shadow games, and it needs to live in Peter Jackson's universe and Peter Jackson's version of Lord of the Rings, because it is the most accurate version of Middle Earth, as in comparison to the books, with the exception of The Hobbit. And
Hmm.
and yeah, it just do something where I love the idea of they tell a whole story about the origin of Celebrimbor, right? And they tried to do that again in the TV show, but they did it so much better in the game. And just do the same thing, like do something where you get to play as a Raider of Rohan, right?
Oh,
Or
that'd be cool.
yeah, like think about that. Like you could be a ranger of Rohan and tell us that whole story, and you cross paths with Aragorn. Like that would be a cool game. You know, like I would love something like that.
Yeah. I would love a more traditional, I mean, traditional, a more traditional RPG where you do actually have some choices and you can shape some things,
I
especially
think
if it's a very minor story.
that's what this MMO was supposed to be.
Hmm.
They were going to give you the chance to play as a dwarf. You were going to be able to play as elves. You could play as rangers. But the thing is again, I think part of it was also just the cost of the game in comparison to where it was going and how much of it was made. It was just getting too expensive, so they ended the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, that is disappointing because it did sound fun.
So,
All right.
Sauron 1.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Middle Earth Zero, Sauron 1. All right. So we're now on our Netflix block. A cigar smoking captain. Ahoy, mateys. Excuse me. Captain Smoker's arrival in season 2 of One Piece teases epic battles, and it's already renewed for season 3. Release date, season 2 set sail on March 10th of 2026. Did anyone watch season 1? Because I did not, because I am not going to. Yeah, it's a whole thing I'm not going to get into. So
I did. I watched it. I liked it. I had a lot of fun with this show. I actually watched it with my wife, and she enjoyed it too. And she was asking me things. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't watched the anime, but this is fun. Just kind of getting into a world that has a lot of lore already built around it, and I don't know what's going to happen. And I was pretty okay with that. I had a lot of fun. It was funny.
cool.
I
Yeah,
did not watch
I mean,
it, so
From what I know of the
I hear
anime,
good
it
things.
sounds insane. So, yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I think I have this whole thing where it's like I don't want to watch it mainly because I hadn't seen the anime, but the anime is so long that it's like I my ADHD is just like it's like a paralyzing fear to try and start that.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same thing when I started Naruto because that took forever. I ended up watching Naruto during COVID, like the whole
Oh,
series,
there you go.
and I loved it. It's awesome show, but it's like okay, well now I get to try and watch 900 to 1,000 episodes of One Piece. And it's like, well, God, how do I do that?
Well, you better watch this one. Otherwise, Michaela Hoover's going to get mad at you. And you don't want that.
That's right. That's right. She plays one of the main characters. She plays one of the
She's
characters,
playing Chopper in it.
which
Yeah.
I
And
believe
then next season, your boy, Blue Beetle's going to be in it.
Yeah, that's right.
that's right. That's right. So I mean, I probably should just start watching it just to be able to watch it. But
Yeah.
I just like get over that I haven't seen the anime and just enjoy the show for what it is.
Exactly.
All right, great. So, next on our Netflix block is maybe the real monster was Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein becomes a global hit with Gothic vision. So, have you seen it yet? What did you think of it? If you have, I have not, but it again sounds great.
I've
seen it?
look at things. It's been on my list of things to watch. Again, everybody's talking about how good this movie is and how much closer to Mary Shelley's book it is from
Mhm.
any other adaptation that's out there. So I need
Except the ending. They changed the ending completely. But no, I'm not saying that it's not a good movie. I'm just saying that's like the big part where they changed it. Everything else is actually pretty valid. I'm gonna stop. I'm muting myself now. You guys.
I mean, obviously you've seen it. Like generally, was it a good movie?
Yes, it was. I'm sorry. I was nodding yes.
You're good. All right. Well, before we dig ourselves into a larger hole, well, we're going to continue on Netflix here. Whatever it is, it's gonna be golden. The K-pop Demon Hunters cast wants the sequel to expand worldwide or reset the saga entirely. The release date for this, the original film debuted on in August of 2025. The sequel is slated for 2029. Yeah, the first one did go global, just maybe not in the way they were talking about. So I have now seen this movie. It's great. So I get it, and I'd love I know there's going to be a sequel. I'd love for it to expand beyond Korea. It would, yeah. So it was, great movie. I don't know what I could say about it that somebody else hasn't. But I loved it, and I've had some of the songs stuck in my head for the last like 2 weeks.
Oh, those songs do not leave your head. And
I'm aware.
For James, it's like a cross between torture and pure joy, because I'm sure he enjoys all that music, but he's heard it so many times that it's
what are you talking about, man? I just found a Spotify playlist of K-pop Demon Hunters for like sleepy time, and I'm like, oh, I can listen to it while I'm sleeping. It's like lullaby, like K-pop Demon Hunter lullabies.
I'm into your brain.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Bring it on.
And
it was something funny that one of the Mina, I think, I'm bad at names, is basically exactly the same as the D&D character I was playing at the time. And my friends were like, "You need to watch this because you're just playing her." So it was very funny. Anyway,
that's funny. So I think when they say going global, I think they're talking about like the Hanmoon, like worldwide.
Yeah. Also, spoilers.
No, well, I mean that just sounds like gibberish for anybody who hasn't seen it. And at this point, if you haven't seen it, like, one, it's been on Netflix for how long? Two, it's been in theaters 3 times. You've
Yeah.
had your chance to watch it.
I don't care.
She-
I haven't
she-
watched it yet.
she-
We don't have Netflix, and I'm not
she hasn't
going to
seen
the freaking movies to watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Look,
Sorry.
I just have cool friends, okay? So,
Just
I'm
throw-
sorry that you don't.
I bought a K-pop Fortnite skin, and I don't even play that game that much. That's the effect this film has.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
good to know that it's convinced Matt.
It's,
All right, so
it's a good film. It's not like The Godfather. You don't have to rush out and go see it, but it is at this point it's become iconic. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it has set so many records for Netflix and for theaters and for the soundtrack as well. Like we've never had we haven't had a top soundtrack like this along with a movie since like Saturday Night Fever or something like that. So it's something crazy.
Yeah.
Also, because we don't have it on here, but did you guys hear the news about the Saja Boys?
No. What's going on?
No.
So we have obviously the actresses or the voices that sang for Huntrix. They've been on tour singing the music.
Yeah.
Well, the 5 guys that play the Saja Boys, 3 of them were registered with the Korean Ministry of Music. 2 of them were not because they were like international stars. They just recently registered with the Korean Ministry of Music, and they are going to be forming the Saja Boys in real life and performing songs for the Saja Boys now. So
That's awesome.
I know. So like, there was somebody who was talking about it on TikTok, and they were saying like, so now does that mean we're actually going to get a Saja Boys versus Huntrix? Like,
Can we just get like a full reenactment of the film?
yeah,
I mean,
just that whole final scene. I would love to see at like the Oscars. You have that whole final.
Yeah.
You mean like a live action version? Okay, says Netflix.
Not saying live action movie. I'm saying the 8 of them performing the 3 songs at the end of that movie on stage at like the Oscars. That'd be amazing.
That would be awesome.
Okay, says
right, I'm in.
Netflix.
Or Clay. All right, so
So you want to hear a deep rumor? I don't know who's doing the Super Bowl halftime show this year or this season, but I heard a rumor that they were going to also try to get the K-pop Demon Hunters to find a way to mix that into the.
let's fucking do it. Let's do it.
Yes, exactly. Thank
We're
you.
doing it.
What,
That would
what
make me
won't be
finally
at the
watch
Super
football.
Bowl this year. You know what won't be at the Super Bowl this year is Moana.
Right, but she will be back on the big screen because she is still hearing the ocean's call. Catherine Lagaaya, yep, I believe I did that. Lagaaya's debut as Moana sparks excitement across the Disney fandom. This is the live action version, of course, and it will be sailing into theaters on July 10th of 2026. So will Mary still play the ukulele in this version?
I don't think he played it in the first. Did he play it in the animated?
You wrote this.
I didn't put still.
Will Mary play the ukulele in this version? I thought
Well,
he didn't.
The Rock does play the ukulele, so
Well, okay, so will The Rock play the ukulele in this one then?
I'm sure.
I hope so.
It's in the trailer. He's singing the songs in the trailer. So I mean,
Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's.
I'm into it. Honestly, like I know a lot of people poo-pooed like live action. We don't need a live action. I kind of want a live action version. I enjoy this movie.
Good. Yeah.
I love the Moana movie. It gets played like between Moana and like Frozen, and now it's K-pop Demon Hunters. Like that's what's playing in our house nonstop, and I'm okay
and
with
not
it.
that it matters particularly much. She is a dead ringer for Moana, though. Like, perfect casting.
She is Moana.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if the animated character was modeled after her.
The internet in its infinite non-knowledge of anything is already complaining about Catherine and her portrayal of the character because
she's Moana.
Her hair is not curly enough.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't think they should be doing live action remakes of things, but I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be good. It's just we don't need it. But
We
cool.
do need it. And honestly, it could be the humidity. Maybe it's just a good humidity day. Wait till it's a bad humidity day, and then her hair's
maybe
going to blow
you'll
up.
change your mind.
Yeah.
Wait,
Don't-
James
you're
is very
sleeping on
fickle,
the
if you
sea
don't
for
know.
a few days. That thing's gonna puff right up.
Yeah,
Exactly. She's
Yeah.
not going to have conditioner with her, no
No.
coconuts,
It's
right. That little
Salt
chicken
water,
is gonna
really
annoy
harsh
the
on your
fuck
hair.
out of her. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, people were complaining about how her hair's wavy, and they were like, "Yeah, but Dwayne Johnson's hair is curly, so it's fine."
Yeah,
They're like, "But he's wearing a wig, and doesn't matter."
just shut up. All right, so and now we are moving to our kind of miscellaneous franchise futures box. He has the power of Grayskull. The Masters of the Universe test screenings are happening, and early reactions are fueling hype for He-Man's return. The release date for this is set for June 5th of 2026. So who will win the battle for Eternia?
I'm all in for this. And I'm sure James is all in for this. You better be all in for this, dude. We grew
Yeah.
up with Masters of the Universe.
Just the silhouette is making me excited.
Yeah. I have a Ram Man in my garage. Wait, that didn't sound right.
That okay. That's
All right.
well.
My apologies.
I'm glad. No, I'm glad it's not in your basement.
I'm keeping it PG.
I'm not
but
loving the phrasing of that. I'm not
No.
loving it.
No,
Crazy.
that's
James' favorite character.
don't ruin my childhood. Okay. You know?
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it right now.
James' favorite character of all time is Seaman. We all know that.
Ram Man and then Seaman.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, I mean-
yes, I am excited for this movie. It looks fun. I like the actor that's playing He-Man. I'm all for it.
His name is actually Merman. If you know this, this quick aside. If you know the story about that, they originally named him Seaman, and somebody in infinite wisdom at Hasbro was like, "You realize what that is when you say that fast, right?" And they're like, "Oh, we'll change it to Merman."
Right.
It's like shore leave from Venture Brothers.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love it.
That's Husby's
Thanks.
favorite character on Venture Brothers is Shore Leave. He loves him so much.
So good. No, it's Sphinx. All right. Well, we've gotten distracted, so we're moving on. So Predator or Prey? Dan Trachtenberg hints at what could follow the shocking finale of Predator Badlands. And the release date, of course, Predator Badlands, it was released on November 7th of this year. So when do we get the Alien Predator crossover? The next one, I should say.
It's happening. It's happening soon.
I was going to chime in and say I hope it doesn't happen soon because both franchises are cooking by themselves. Like we don't as much as I want them to cross over, as much as I wanted that or crossover to happen back in what was it 2000s? Like they don't need to cross over right now. They're both doing so well, telling good stories separately. I'm so excited for Predator and for the Aliens franchises. So if it takes 5-6 years for them to cross over, I'm totally okay.
No, James.
Give me more.
James, I have a counterpoint. Money. It will happen soon.
Money, and it's Disney. But I mean, still,
Yeah.
That being said,
So money.
this movie already has crossovers with Alien because literally the second the not secondary what's the word I'm looking for?
E-story?
No.
B plot.
Co-lead?
The co-lead. Yeah. She is a Wayland Yutani synth. And that is literally a character out of Alien. So this is already an Alien Predator crossover.
Yeah. But leave it as an Easter egg. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
But they are in the same universe.
Yeah.
So
and that's
just like they're the
think
same
that
universe as Blade Runner.
Subtle crossovers and like kind of just put it in there, and then I'm with James on this. I know, shocking, but I'm with James on this.
It's shocking.
I honestly don't want it to cross over just yet. I want it to be like a culmination because I want Dan Trachtenberg to keep cooking on this because 3 properties, 3 hits needs to keep going. He do not take this property away from Dan Trachtenberg. Let him be the Russo brothers of the fucking Predator, because this dude cannot do wrong with the Predator series.
All right, great. So, staying on FX here, more swords and more sacrifice in feudal Japan. FX doubles down for Shogun Season 2, which is set 10 years after the events of the first season. So the release date, well, we don't really know the release date yet, but production begins in January 2026. So likely it's premiering in 2027. So what do we want to see in Season 2?
Before we get rid of that photo, can we just like marvel at that? It is just so beautiful. Look at how pretty that is.
It's a
just
very, very
beautiful
well
picture. Okay, we
framed.
can get rid
Yeah.
of it if you would like. It's great.
But also not
Okay.
just that, it's the fact that he is an actual samurai. Like, he is an
Mhm.
actual samurai playing a samurai. He's like the last of the samurai. I love the first show of the first season of the show. Me and Jen like talked every night after each episode, right? Because we were talking like me, Jen, and Chuck. We were talking about accuracy and everything on there and the books and the differences and whatnot. Where I'm afraid on this is they are going and creating a brand new property from something that was already, so it's not, the writing's not going to be the same, and that's what worries me about this. Hopefully they continue to take more direction from Hiroyuki Sanada, mainly because I know that they relied on him a lot as far as tradition, as far as the way that they spoke, as far as the stories and the accuracy of the storylines and everything like that. I'm hoping that they continue on with that, and Hiroyuki Sanada is deep in where the story goes.
Yeah,
Because
I like that.
amazing, but it also has potential to be Game of Thrones all over again.
Right. And not in a
Yes.
good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So, all right. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, going back to some well, anyway, we're jumping back. We aren't done with Wendy just yet. Alien Earth Season 2 has been greenlit, with Noah Hawley deepening his FX partnership. So the release date, well, the renewal was announced on November 11th. It's going to be filming in 2026, so we're expecting the premiere around 2027. What do you think of Season 1?
I'll let somebody
I
else go
haven't
first.
seen it yet.
I have not
I
either. so-
haven't seen it yet, so I'm just gonna not be a part of this conversation.
Young Phil, what do you think of season 1?
Eyeball monsters, all the different things that are in this. The show was great. I was a little bit upset with myself that I didn't watch it as it was coming out, because I watched it definitely after the fact.
I was upset with you too.
Yeah, this show was great, and I mean they kind of left it on a slight cliffhanger at the end of at the end of the season. I'm happy that they're renewing it. They did specifically say that season 2 is going to be filming in London, which kind of tells me that they are going to be going to the mega cities, and it's not just going to be on the island. And I love that it's going that route, and that we're going to see more kind of getting deeper into the lore of all the things that are in this, and seeing just how corrupt Wayland Yutani is, and everything else that's going on. Like,
Well, it's not just Wayland Yutani; it's all the other corporations, like the 5 different corporations that are running Earth for the most part. They're all corrupt.
Right.
Like corporations are.
Exactly. But
Because money.
honestly,
Because
this is how this story should be told, especially something new for the Alien franchise. Having it as a series, like, was it 8 episodes, 9 episodes? I forgot. But like that amount of storytelling was perfect for this show, and just getting to know the characters, finding the analogies for like the Lost Boys and Peter Pan and Wendy. Oh, I loved it. It was so good. It was so good. I can't wait to see more of what they do with this. And as much as I am scared of the eyeball monster, I also think he's kind of cute. Like I think he's gonna be a friend. I think he just may be a friend. I don't know.
Is that like a Beyonder, like Eye of the Beyonder or something? Or
Oh,
what are we
no.
talking about here?
No,
It's
more like
beyond gross. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much.
it's more like a possessor,
Yeah.
and not in any good way. I think it's creepy. as
Okay,
well.
all right. Well, I don't want to know anymore, and now I really don't know that I want to watch the first season. So let's
Well,
move
speaking
on.
of
I
gross-
like this.
Well, speaking of gross, season 2 of Monarch: Legacy of Monsters may be getting a little hairy. Monarch: Legacy of Monsters season 2 has teased Kong's Skull Island playing a major role. This premieres February 27th of 2026. Now, forget February being for lovers. In 2026, February is for kaiju.
Did you guys all get a chance to watch the show?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was a lot better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
That's the one on Apple TV, right?
Yeah. I was not expecting this to be as good as it was. It just, there is a lot more Godzilla than I thought was going to be in it, and I like that. I love that they kind of explain the center of the earth theory and everything like that, and how time slows down and all, like there's time dilation and things like that, and it's why King Kong and Godzilla are able to live for so long. It also explains how Godzilla literally can just stand in the ocean. They finally like explain that. It's good. I really liked the way that they played this show.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I'm excited for it. I'm all for Kaiju Valentine's Day. Let's do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah.
So it will be the winter of kaiju this time.
Yeah,
All
instead
right.
of summer. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, Shadu, I know you're excited.
I'm very excited. I saw this story
I know you're excited.
a couple days ago, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe we'll get a holodeck with a little Forgotten Realms feel, little Faerun feel." Paramount taps fantasy filmmakers Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly for Trek's Next Frontier. So this was announced in November, of course, just this month. It's announced this month, a few days ago. We don't know the release date yet. We don't really know anything else yet. So will Quirk roll a nat 20 on Persuasion? The answer is yes. He always does. I think he's got the lucky feat, probably, even though it's not a halfling. So, you know. Yeah, so this is two of my favorite things coming together. D&D, which obviously has a shirt, and Star Trek. I'm a big Trekkie, and so having the people who did the D&D movie, did Honor Among Thieves, to direct the next Star Trek movie, I'm very excited about it because they know how to do franchise stuff, they know how to do nerdy stuff, they know how to be respectful about it.
They know how to do gelatinous cubes.
Exactly, and we could do more gelatinous cubes. We can do some some changeling stuff. I don't know. It'd be fun. Yeah, and then from what I remember from what I was reading, they're talking about it being unconnected from like the Kelvin timeline or whatever. I don't know if that means it's still in the Prime universe or we're doing like a full reboot again.
What I read is that it's not connected to anything. It's brand
not connected to
new.
anything. Right. So I'm like, but I don't know if that means, hey, we're setting it like the 27th century or something, or is it just completely brand new take on it? So I wonder. I think it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
So I'm asking, like, this is disconnected from the stuff that they were, because they were just talking like a month ago about making another movie in the Kelvin timeline.
So, yeah. So from that completely, it's disconnected from the Kelvin timeline. Yeah, it is completely new, and they're talking about doing completely new actors and like new. So I still don't know what that means. I don't know if we're supposed to, but I'm looking forward to it regardless. I hope this gets off the ground because we've been through this before, and it's just been like, nope, we canceled it. So we need another Star Trek movie, to actually take off. So it's been far too long since Beyond. For all the nerds out there, yes, I know the Section 31 movie was terrible, so I'm not counting it.
How do you like your Star Trek to taste? Do you like having like brand new stories, or do you like a little bit of original recipe connecting to like Kirk and Spock and all that? Like, what's your
I mean,
Star Trek like?
I'd like it more kind of in an era. Not really in an era we don't. Yeah, I like new stuff. You can mention like, hey, Kirk was here at some point, or hey, that happened at some point, but then just completely disconnect it. So still be in the same universe, still have all that lore, still pull on like, okay, well, they have the consequences of what happened in this show carrying over to here, but beyond that, I'm like, yeah, let's do new characters, let's do new people, and I don't know, maybe Tuvok shows up at some point, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So
It's interesting because like I always thought like I'm very much like an OG, like original recipe type Star Trek guy. Like I want that connection to the original characters that I know and love and grew up watching, that sort of thing.
mhm.
That being said, one of my favorite bits of Star Trek is Deep Space Nine. And that had like the least amount of connection
Yeah, well,
to
I mean, it's also
the
just
original
objectively the
characters.
best show, so
Yeah, there you go. Right? There you go. So
I'm
I just
sorry
wanted to
to
get your take on it.
yes, yeah. So I think more original stuff, and that's my general opinion anyway. So
Start
we need more original stories.
in DS9. You start crossing that line of the military trying to creep itself back into the Federation.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
really. It was
Yeah.
good. It was it was good to have it at that point, so you could explore all of that. I'm going to move on before we get on a tangent because I could do a whole show about Star Trek. So, all right, we have just one story in our memoriam block. So we are celebrating a legend with a fitting tribute. Marvel's Black Panther icon Chadwick Boseman has received a posthumous star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, with Ryan Coogler and Viola Davis set to speak at the event. The ceremony is set for November 20th of 2025. Lost far too soon, but always in our hearts. May he rest in the ancestral plane.
No,
So,
that's it's very fitting. We lost Chadwick way too soon, and not only just Black Panther, but just everything he was in. The man was a masterclass of acting because he had so much potential. And this is a very much a moment where I can say fuck cancer, right? But I mean, like you watch any movie that he was in and look at any character he played. He was a character actor. He did not just go in and play himself as a character or anything like that. He molded himself around every character he played to the point where he almost like Heath Ledger, where he just kind of changed himself for whatever character he played. Chadwick Boseman did the same thing, and he was just, again, it's chef's kiss. Rest in peace, man, because it's going to be hard for anybody to follow Chadwick Boseman in any of the roles that anybody may pick up for that character, for any of his characters.
Very much so.
Absolutely. He's definitely a hard act to follow. So,
Very much.
and he will be missed.
Indeed.
He is.
Well, oh, do you something else to say? Okay, great. All right, so that's the pulse of what's dropping across galaxies, kingdoms, and streaming empires. But while the headlines keep us buzzing, one story is dominating the conversation tonight: the AI debate. So let's shift gears from what's coming soon to what's already shaking Hollywood right now in the trend up.
It's about to rage on. About to rage on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the trend up.
That's so cool.
Nice.
I appreciate that. I put some
Nice.
work into that one. All right, guys, let's talk. We're going to talk both sides here, right? So pro AI, anti AI. So we'll start with pro AI. Dutch comedian and producer Aline van Der Velden developed Tilly Norwood as an AI actress through her company Particle 6. Norwood argues Hollywood's backlash is misplaced, claiming AI films will create jobs rather than eliminate them. She insists audiences won't know the difference between AI and traditional productions. Problem. Her stance frames AI as a democratizing force that lowers barriers for new creators. Disney CEO Bob Iger confirmed AI generated content is coming to Disney Plus, positioning the studio as a corporate leader in embracing AI. He sees the technology as inevitable and part of Disney's strategy to expand its creative pipeline. Iger suggests AI can deliver more stories at scale, keeping Disney competitive in streaming. His comments normalize AI as a mainstream entertainment tool. Director George Miller calls AI the next great creative revolution, likening it to the past cinematic breakthroughs. He actively supports Australia's AI Film Festival, championing experimentation with AI storytelling. Miller argues AI isn't a threat, but a bold new tool for artists. His optimism casts AI as a frontier for innovation and creativity. Now, to the other side of the argument, we're going to talk the cons for AI and voices in AI. George Clooney warns that AI actors will face the same uphill battle as humans. True star power can't be manufactured. He stresses that charisma, cultural impact, and audience connection are intangible qualities technology cannot replace. While not hostile to AI, Clooney doubts it can solve Hollywood's biggest challenge, making a star. His skepticism highlights the irreplaceable human spark in storytelling. Now, Vince Gilligan's new sci fi series, Pluribus, proudly declares made by humans, a direct rejection of AI in creative work. He openly states that AI undermines the authenticity of storytelling. Gilligan believes audiences crave human made art, not machine generated content. His defiance makes him a leading voice in the anti-AI camp, staking his reputation on preserving human creativity. While Cluley and Gilligan remind us that star power and authenticity can't be coded, their resistance sets the stage for the bigger question: what happens when these human concerns collide with the industry's push towards AI innovation? So here's how it all comes together. Together, these stories show a sharp divide. Studios and some creators see AI as inevitable and revolutionary, while others argue it erases the human essence of art. The debate isn't just about technology, it's about identity, authenticity, and the future of stardom. With Disney and George Miller pushing AI forward and Clooney and Gilligan drawing hard lines, Hollywood is split between embracing innovation and defending tradition. So I've got a question for everybody here. This is where we do our debate here on the Trend Up. Is AI in entertainment the next generation creative revolution, or does it risk erasing the human spark that makes art resonate?
All right, now fight. No.
Okay, well, I would like to go first if that's okay. Is
Please,
that okay?
please.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So to me, it's hard. I don't think that we should rely on AI to create people. I don't think that's a good idea. Also, I don't think we should rely on AI to create stories out of whole cloth. I think we should rely on AI to help with our grammar. Some of us aren't great with grammar. Hello, me. Or spelling, or the smaller, like making it sound a little more poppy. Make it, that kind of thing, where you give it the like, hey, here's the thing I wrote. Let's make it a little bit more coherent because I've had 3 hours of sleep and no coffee. but something like that. I don't think we should make AI be the, hey, let's do this out of, let's create a character out of AI and then let's go ahead and let this AI tell this story, because then we're basically just bowing down to our AI overlords. And I just don't think that that is in any way conducive to the human race. I think that's where we start extincting ourselves, because if we start using AI in everything, what are humans going to do?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree with all. I think it's one of those things though where you can't be afraid of change, and I think it's weird because there's a lot of AI and people it has the stigma and people are just like no AI whatsoever, but it's just the way technology is moving forward. And yes, it could change jobs, but that's kind of how technology works. That's how things have been for the last century, with capitalism and whatnot. So you just have to be aware. Like there used to be a milkman. There's no longer milkman. Like things change, Like that was a job. But
I had a milkman. I in Idaho, when we lived in Idaho, there was a guy that delivered our milk every 3 days or something. So I get that, and I do understand that. And the innovation part of it, I'm absolutely on board with. But the moral part of it, where it's let's mimic life, I'm not on board with that, because I'm not even saying this from a spiritual type thing. I just don't like what are humans going to do? We're eventually going to become, what's that, Looper or whatever, that movie where people really like they just download themselves into new bodies and stuff. We're going to become that, and that's where you lose empathy, you lose kindness, because nothing is temporary, because you can just remake it. So suddenly we're all in video games. And I think that, some people think we're already in video games. Let
I mean, I think there
put
was a
that out there.
study that was
But
like, no, we're not. So
right, but
yeah,
I think that as the technology gets so advanced, we risk becoming so numb to all of it that we risk, like like from Serenity, from Firefly, they just stopped wanting to live because everything was done for them. Everything was now it was a little bit more than that. There was also a chemical involved and stuff. But I'm not getting in the brass tacks of Serenity right now. We are not
again,
doing
we can
that.
have our full Firefly lore podcast at some point.
Yes, exactly. But what I'm saying is that
It's
there
like
has to be a line. There has to be something that we still celebrate the human spark and the human spirit. I do think AI should be integrated into several things so that maybe some jobs get a little bit easier. I understand that, but I don't think that we should just, hey, AI, just take over everything. Let's do this. Let's Skynet just do whatever the fuck it wants. So
Okay, well, I guess I'll go next. So I had a whole thing prepared. Now I'm rethinking it, but I am profoundly distrustful of AI generally. Um, I do agree with what's the guy? With Vince Gilligan, here, that whole thing, where it does with creativity specifically, with storytelling specifically. If you're making content for humans, there should be humans making it. Like that's seems logical. Now I understand. Yes, uh, it can streamline things. It can make them easier. It can help and whatever. And I've used it before to do that. But there's a danger. There's a risk to doing that and to handing too much over to it. Because yes, there is a larger discussion of large corporations do not generally care about people or their workers or their whatever, and so they're going to cut corners and costs and whatever whenever they can. And if they can be like, hey, this AI could do it just as good as this person, well, it's going to fire this person, and then they don't have any other source of income. This does hurt people directly. Not to mention, AI data centers have terrible environmental impacts. Powering them and pumping all this water through them to cool all the servers and everything is abhorrent, is terrible for the environment. Even worse than cars in a lot of ways. Worse than, really guzzling cars. In a lot of ways. So there is an environmental impact. There is a moral impact there. But at the same time, it is kind of an inevitability. There is a push right now for everything to be AI. This is the big new thing. It's the new whatever. It's like, oh, look, the cotton gin was invented. Let's go use this everywhere. Same kind of thing. So the real... so that is kind of I framed the debate. I do think there's an AI bubble right now that is going to burst at some point soon. And people are going to realize that they cannot deliver on the promises that have been given to investors and things, because everybody's throwing money at AI companies, and they're not going to be able to live up to it. But to conclude all of my thoughts, what I would want, even since it is inevitable, I think that people should be transparent about how things are made. We need to have like I don't know what a good example is, but basically have before a movie or a TV show or whatever, you can be like, hey, have a warning, be like, like you have no likeness, or whatever. You can have something at the end be like, hey, no likeness was generated of these people or whatever through this, or this is how AI was used. And so I think we want to do something like that, where you can have a label on there and be like, hey, AI was used here, wasn't used here. And then you can decide. You can be like, okay, AI was used here. I'm going to still watch this, or I'm going to still contribute to this. But I think that's the smartest option, is just to have people be transparent about what they did and how it was made, so you can make that decision for yourself. So that's my conclusion. So I'm skeptical of it, but I do think it is inevitable regardless. So, all right, whoever else.
For me, I think it comes down to, where does AI lie when it comes to creativity? It's definitely beneficial for things in the world. Like, I'm glad I have a robot that can map out my floor and vacuum for me. Thank you, AI, for that. But like, when it comes to a movie that's all created in AI, an actor that's all created in AI, that feels dirty. That feels like the creativity is lacking, and that we're not in... it's not meant for us, but it was just meant to be created, and who knows what the next step is. You know what I keep thinking of? I keep thinking of that one movie, was it Beowulf? Where everything just, like the faces, the animated version, everybody just looked dead.
Uncanny Valley. It was Uncanny Valley.
Is that what it
It
was?
was so weird.
It was just odd, and I didn't like it. But I mean, would I say you should never have animation and special effects? No, I don't. I'm just concerned when it gets to the point where it's like, it's so beneficial. Like, how do you not use it? Like, when you're able to like create special effects in one click, here we go, boom, it's created. And it's all done with AI. I don't know. What do you think, Youngfield? Do you have an opinion on AI or not AI?
Absolutely do. I'm going to start this off with AI, when not used for evil, is an amazing tool. There's so much benefit that it can give you, as far as calculation, as far as fixing grammar, as far as I mean, we use it to an extent to help us fix things. But when you make it, when you use it where it is taking over the creative process, it's very evident, because there are telltale signs when AI is creating things for you. I don't know if you guys have seen Sora 2 and what it's capable of doing. All right.
I, it,
Sora
I,
2,
I think my best friend is using it for her art. So she does like sculptures and like found art and different things like that. And she's just making them like dance like they're her puppets. And it's creepy AF.
Sora 2 is one of the creepiest things out there. Now, right now, the resolution on the videos that it makes are very low res. That's why you tend to see it be like on a Ring camera, or you tend to see it on like on a security camera. But that just is going to show that when Sora 3 comes out, it's going to be like you and me, right? Like this things are going to be indistinguishable from AI. And what's scary about that is then you're going to have people who are making AI videos that are, you know, making people like us say things that we didn't say, and it's going to look like that's happening, and things are going to be indistinguishable. That is absolutely evil, and that is what some of these people want to do. They're they're kind of doing this whole, in Japan there is a loneliness there's a loneliness epidemic all around the world, but I mean there's a loneliness epidemic, this particular thing that they do in Japan, where between robots and these pillows, like these whole things, where people are having relationships with AI and inanimate objects, and that is not healthy, because a robot and a computer it does not substitute human interaction just because it gives you exactly what you want. And that's kind of where they're going with wanting to use AI in these movies, is substituting human interaction and human feeling and emotion with artificial means. And I think, like, again, use AI as a tool, use it as something that enhances something that you're doing, but doesn't replace the things that are there. You guys know what I mean? Um, I'm very push and pull when it comes to AI because of things like that. Because that kind of thing scares me, because eventually this is how Skynet happens, like, just to take it to an extreme, right? Like, basically this is where AI becomes to a point where it starts getting to a point where it's indistinguishable from humans. You put that in a robot that can control itself, and it's problematic. So,
Yeah.
and that's getting into hypotheticals, but I mean, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to art, AI is stealing from other people's art and from their arts of their style and everything like that. And it is taking work from actors when you make an AI character that is acting in a movie, when you can have an actress or an actor who spent years at their craft and is being butt out by a robot that can do whatever the hell you want just by typing it in. So I don't believe in using it in that form and in that sense, but I do believe in using AI as a tool in order to enhance or advance the things you're doing. With one caveat, the gaming industry is talking about replacing QA testers with AI, and I also don't believe in that, because yeah, a computer's going to do
No,
it,
fuck that.
but don't
Because
don't
again, as my the just main thing, if you're making art for humans, let humans make the art.
yeah. So that's where I'm going to leave it, just because we're already running long, and I don't want to run any longer. But yeah, I this is something that I have a lot of concern for. And I just hope that the people in charge are being guided by humanity and not just by, we want more money, which is what a lot of people are being guided by.
Unfortunately, I think they're being guided by money, but we'll see.
Right. Because
We the public have a lot of power, so
so let's move on here, guys. We have one last segment that we got to cover with a couple of things that we got to talk about here. Any last thoughts before we move on, guys?
not
Nope.
not that we have time for.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I gotta go down here. We've speculated, confirmed, and talked trends. Now let's wrap this thing up with the Geek End update. Pop Culture Pulse goes to live on the screen. Here we go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to make sure I wasn't muted. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to try and jump through here, but before we get into all the things we're going to be at, let's talk about where we've been. James, this weekend you were running an event with our good friends, the DeLong Fam Cosplay. So I'm going to bring them onto the screen here, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome our con correspondents, our friend of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Sandra DeLong.
Stay together.
One clap. You get the one clap. Yeah, Sandra and I hung out for a good portion of the day. Thanks to Sack Geeks, we were at the Secret Stash Pokemon event here in Sacramento. It was pretty fun. Had a good old time. I didn't realize how many Pokemon enthusiasts were out there, and not just at this event that we were at. There were 3 total Pokemon events in Sacramento, and from what I heard, they all went really well. It was crazy how many Pokemon people were there, and they were there all day. I saw people when it opened at 10 o'clock, and when I had to leave at 1, they were still there. So it was a great time. Pokemon fans came out in droves, buying, selling, trading, breaking open packs. It was awesome, and Sat Geeks did pretty well too. There was a lot of kids, and we were supporting the kids, supporting the nerd community. It was great. We did a little what do we call it? Like a scavenger hunt, Sandra?
Yeah, we did a scavenger hunt where everyone went around and did scavenger, and you got to pick from prizes. A lot of people wanted to pick the random Pokemon cards, which of course everyone wanted to do. And if you just came by the booth and you were just like a cute kid, Ashley, who's also on the board, who's Girl Mode official in the chat, was giving out Pokemon cards. She was sharing her personal collection
And not
of
just any
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards. They were right, Sandra. They were vintage. They were
Yes.
vintage Pokemon
The
cards.
cards from when we were kids.
Yes. She gave Bruce one of those cards and he was like, "Oh, that's cool." And he brought it home to Jeff and he was like, "This is from the 90s." I'm like, "I know." He's like, just take care of it."
Some of this artwork is amazing. Just looking at a lot of this, like Pokemon.
Yeah. I'm looking at. Yeah. I've
It's
seen
so
the.
cool. Like, it's just how creative some people can get. Like, you had Pikachu skateboarding. You had a Pikachu that was dressed up like a Charizard. That's really cool.
Yeah, that was the booth that was right next to Sat Geeks. I didn't catch her name, but she was a really sweet lady, really nice, very, very talented. And I have to throw it out there that all this video and pictures we see were taken by our son because he was wandering around. And I told him, "You have a phone now. Go get me pictures. Go get me videos." So all this you see, he did himself. And anything you saw that Sec Geeks posted, he took that content as well.
Nice. He's pretty good at centering pictures.
Yeah, he's learned a thing or two.
A little blurry on some of them, but hey, he'll get better.
Yeah, I did delete a lot of the blurry ones before he sent them out to people. So those were the ones that slipped through the cracks.
It was a really fun event, and it was a good community event. Actually, somebody came up to me. I think it was Ethan from Dat Wonton. At Dat Wonton. He sells Pokemon. He was a vendor there, but he met us at a weekend blender here in Sacramento like a year ago now. He's like, "Hey, Distance Nerding, I met you over at the Sunrise Mall. Thanks for coming back." And we hung out and we chatted. It was cool. And he's a vendor and he was having a great old time. He had 3 tables. He was selling Pokemon like crazy. So it was nice to see that Secret Stash was bringing that community together. So exciting.
That's really cool. I'm very happy that there was another good another good event, another successful event. That was Sat Geeks putting this on, or they were just sponsored.
We were partnered with them,
Okay.
Mhm.
so we had a booth and was doing promotions and stuff.
Yeah, it was good times. It was good turnout. Good turnout. We got another event coming up, right, Sandra?
Yeah, we well, as in company wise, yes, but I know you can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we've got two more Sat Geeks things that we're going to talk about here, but the next event on the schedule that we have coming up is actually Weekend Blender and Tracy, November 22nd from 11 to 8, 23rd from 11 to 6 at the West Valley Mall in Tracy, California. Come and hang out. We're Distance Starting. We're going to be hosting that show. But then John Morris, the voice of Andy from Toy Story, which is very relevant because the trailer for Toy Story 5 just came out. But John Morris is going to be at that show, so that's going to be a fun time. Happening the same weekend on November 22nd. But you guys talk about this one.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes, you should do. You need to be out here so you can come to things like this.
I
'Cause-
can't afford to live in California. Okay,
We make it work.
I would love to. That'd be great. But I was born there.
And well, guys, Saturday, November 22nd, from 4 to 10 at Lucid Winery here in Sacramento, California. Sat Geeks is putting on a night market themed as Dungeons and Drag Queens. So that should be a good time. It's also celebrating Frisco's birthday. So come and hang out. It's going to be vendors, cosplay, drag performances, games, food and drink. It'll be a great time over there, guys.
Yeah, and it is family friendly. So if you want to bring some kiddos
And
and come out
free.
and have fun, yeah.
And it's free.
I do.
You just go in for free.
Just before we move on, I do have a very quick question that it's only for me. Was this inspired by Dimension 20?
You know what? If you were here, you could ask Frisco yourself.
Damn it! You know.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Frisco's a great dude. Happy birthday to Frisco. It'll be a good celebration. He has the funnest themes when it comes to events for Sat Geeks. So this is
Yes,
going to
happy
be
birthday,
awesome.
Frisco. You sound awesome. I'd like to meet you.
Again, come.
I know this. Okay, you don't have to keep reiterating it. I feel bad already.
I will keep doing it to make you feel bad. This is the best promo I think this show has had.
Hey, let him know he's planning on it. All right, eventually he will be out here. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next show after that in San Francisco, November 28th through the 30th, Fan Expo SF, the next big show in Northern California, is happening over at the Moscone Center in San Francisco. So many guests. It's really hard to name all of them. All we know is that Dogpool is going to be there. So you guys need to be there. So that's basically it. Make sure that you get your tickets now. Head over to fanexpo.com and make sure you get your tickets for Fan Expo San Francisco. It's going to be a good time, guys. I do know a lot of our friends are going to be there. So make sure that you're there. Then the next big show for us as well, or not, I guess not show, but it's another fundraiser. Toy Drive Holiday Party from Sat Geeks happening on Saturday, September 5th from 6 to 9 at New Helvet. How do you say that? New
Helvetia.
Helvetia. But
New-
September
It's
or
just-
December?
I said,
It's December 5th.
did I say September?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I meant December. And I have it written as December. I don't know how I said that wrong. December 5th from 6 to 9 at New Helvetia Brewing here in Sacramento. Andrew Gray, the Megaforce Red Ranger, is going to be there. So that's going to be a fun time. Sponsored by a crap ton of people, a bunch of friends of ours, Toy Fusion, us, Impound, Jack Rabbit, Power Morphicon, Empire Comics, Life Steps, Lucid Winery, I almost said brewery, and Futures Explored. So guys, make sure that that you head over there, donate some toys, and get yourself a couple of beers. It's going to be a good time. Go and say hi to Andrew Gray. Go hang out with the Red Ranger.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I just want to throw out there toys for all ages. So not just little kids, toddlers, normal ages, and the teenagers, because they need presents too still, even though they're older and cranky.
And moodier.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm also a kid and I can use an iPad, so thank you for supporting.
Yes,
I'm
I
Us
yes, I will take
kids.
any technology you have.
iPad. I'm sorry, I'm moving up on my mic.
I just want to say that they would look really great if they went to that with some of our merch because we've got merch, people.
We got merch, people. Oh,
And
Good.
so can and so
A little
can
late, but you got it.
A little loud too.
DM us at Distance Nerding. Let us know what size you're looking for, which shirt you're looking for. We got the black logo chase shirt. We got the character shirt in charcoal gray. So we got multiple sizes, multiple colors. So whatever you want, let us know. They're $20, 25 if we gotta ship it to you. I mean, if you want multiple shirts, we'll get you a deal. Come on, hang out, have a good time, rock that merch.
right. Rock that merch. So let's talk schedules, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesdays, all the nerdy news, all the time. The Distance Nerdy podcast, the show you are watching right now from 6:30 to 8:30. On Thursdays, we're building Lego. We're talking nerdy. We're talking to fun celebrities and creators and all kinds of different people, ladies and gentlemen. This week, we are talking with the folks over at I believe it's Black Brim Publications or Publishing. This is a fun story, and actually, Sandra's the one that with them. But this kid started writing this book. He's 17 now, but he started writing this book when he was what was this, Sandra? He was like 8.
7 or 8, something like that.
Yeah, he started writing a book when he was like 7 or 8. 17 now, published the book. He's got like a lot of the story was really fun on how everything came up. So it's going to be a really good time with this conversation on Thursday. Again, that'll be from
How
6
did you meet them?
you.
No, but like, in what way did I know I connected you? But where were we at?
Oh, we were at what's it called now? It wasn't
Sandra, just say it.
it's
Sinister Creature Con.
Sinister Creature Con. It was Sinister Halloween Con or something like that.
Yes, Sinister Halloween Con is because it was in October.
They made a point of saying it's not Sinister Creature Con. That's why I was trying to remember the name. But Sinister Halloween Con. But yes, it was a good time. That was a shows, one of the few shows that we've done where I wasn't performing. So I ended up performing it still.
You
Friday.
weren't planned.
Right. Fridays, the buzzer from 6:30 to 8:30. Do games. We're having a whole bunch of fun doing all the things that we do. Do we have a game planned for this Friday, guys?
I was gonna do the Thanksgiving one, like I say Thanksgiving, but I was gonna do the like special episode holiday version of Jep Nerdy, but I don't know. I want to do it, but Graveyard's not going to be there, so I don't know. Should we do it anyway? Are you guys going to be there?
I mean, I'd say so. I mean, I'll be there, obviously. But...
Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be there.
Okay, maybe we're not going to have a show then.
I'm not gonna be there because it is my wife's birthday, and we are going to be getting married.
That's
right, so
it's okay. You can miss
show
that.
this Friday.
Yeah. So
no show this Friday, but we will do next Friday.
Right.
Great. Okay. Well, whatever.
Actually, we might be going on this because I think that's Christmas time. Or Thanksgiving.
I can fold in stuff. It's just like it's Black Friday. We're gonna need something after that.
Okay. Well, let's
figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support Distance Nerding, the best way to do that is to head over to distancenerding.com. Head over to the top of the page. The big blue button says buy us a taco. That's right. You can join the taco party. Join the taco party. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Join the taco party. It's the best way to support Distance Nerding. Makes it so we can do more shows, more events. We can give away more prizes, all that fun stuff. Support us. We will support you. That's just the way we do it around here, ladies and gentlemen. So with that all being said, guys, time for pluggables. So if you got something to plug, now is the time to do it. Shadu, I know you got something to plug away.
I always have something to plug. I am SHG Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I mostly talk about lore and world building, which includes Elder Scrolls content, TTRPG videos, the lore of my own fantasy world, classified journals of the ancestors, the occasional film or documentary, and so much more good, delicious, nerdy stuff. I just released a new film, a fantasy buddy comedy called Road to Chaos, new map, Who Dis. It is up on my channel right now, so go watch it. Or if you already watched it, do it again. Boost the algorithm. I will be giving you a link in a second to the film. I also run Shadow Music, which contains my own original music you can use for listening, scoring, or to set the mood for a long, passionate night of D&D. All I ask is that you credit me. I am also in the Distance Nerding sphere. I'm on the Distance Nerding podcast on Tuesdays, which I'm very sure you're watching right now. The Build on Thursdays, occasionally, and the Buzzer on Fridays if we have it. And I'm nowhere else.
Nowhere else. All right.
Nowhere else.
Damn it. Hold on. Jen, anything to add?
I'm kind of blowing up on TikTok right now. At Frey Comics. Check me out there.
There we go. All right. Sandra, go ahead and do your plugs.
All right, guys. So again, we're still on the road to 200 on YouTube. So DeLong Fam Cosplay needs to get to 200 subs so we can give away all kinds of craziness. If you've seen this show when we're on, or our show on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you'll see we show all the stuff we're trying to give away, but we got to get to 200. So you guys, please hit that subscribe button for us and the bell so we can get to 200 and give stuff away. Tomorrow we will be on, and Jeff's going to do some modifications to BMO in preparation for the Weekend Blender.
Boom. There we go. Jamez, anything you want to add?
You can find everything at Distance Nerding.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Find us on all the social media places. If it exists, we are there at Distance Nerding, of course. If you would like to connect with us outside of that, or if you'd like to send us an email, and we can read that on air, because we love reading emails on air. We haven't done a mailbag in a while. So, guys, send us emails. You can send us an email at distancenerding@aol.com. Well, that is it from us. James, take us home.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
Together.
Good night, Bruce. Go to sleep, Bruce. You're probably
Sleepers.
already in bed.
Good night.
Bruce, go to
Yeah.
sleep.
We should be. I mean, I've been in here the
There's
whole
like
time.
9 of-
So we
yeah.
should be.
Night, buddy. Time for you to go to bed. We will we'll catch everybody
Night.
Thursday.
See you guys next
Bye.
week.
Woo.
Distance Nerding.